Tim, we're waiting for the potatoes to cool. Tell us what's going on at the orchestra.
Well, it's been a tough year.
Yeah.
It's been a tough couple of years for obvious reasons. Not alone in that the performing arts have been hit pretty hard because if there's no audience, there is no art. And if there's no audience, there's also no income. If there's no income, there's no projects. And so it's a vicious circle. I'm happy to say that the orchestra's been very fortunate. Our patrons have been extraordinarily generous and very patient with us. So we've managed last year very well, even though we didn't play any programs. We were, you're going to hear me say something that you never hear. I want to thank the federal government for Triple P and for what's the shuttered venue grants. They've saved not only Orchestra Iowa, they saved the arts
Orchestras across the world, arts across the world.
And I'd be remiss to say that. You never hear people thank the federal government. I am very much grateful for how they pitched in.
Yeah.
This year, we have pretty much gone forward with a pretty much normal year. We didn't have to cancel any of our performances. As this is being taped, Omicron people are being very concerned about that. We got most of our performances done right before Christmas, just as it was coming on people's radar. So I think we thread the needle really well. January, we're not doing really anything except a couple of chamber concerts. And then our next concert, our Masterworks, is in, well, our first Pops concert's in February. And I'm thinking that's kind of going to be on the downside of things. So I think we might actually, I wish I could take credit for having such great foresight with all this, but I think we just lucked out and had a great season. What is clear to me is that people are really sick of this, and they really, really want to come out and spend a night out.
Yeah.
And so our audiences have been fantastic, actually.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that we've been to, it's mind-blowing, and it's amazing when you're in the Hall of Mirrors to see the people. They just keep coming, and they keep coming. So, to all of you out there that have been to the orchestra, you know what an amazing experience it is. But if you have not, you should really take a look at the schedule and find one. Maybe it's a Pops, maybe it's a classical, maybe it's something else, but find something that piques your interest and get into the Paramount Theatre, because it's a gem. It's an amazing, beautiful building, and it's the home of Orchestra Iowa.
It is.
And you cannot replace live music.
What surprises me is after the flood of 2008 and the theater was restored, there are still people who've lived in Cedar Rapids for like generations, never visited the Paramount.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're missing. It is an architectural function. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is. Yeah.
So just for the beauty of the place, and I understand that not everybody's a symphonic music fan. I don't know how or why you could say that to me personally, to my face. But I get it. You think that symphonic music isn't for you because usually what's keeping people away is that they're worried that they don't know anything, and they're worried that they're clapping the wrong point, or that their neighbor sitting next to them is going to look at them weird if they don't know the rituals of the concert experience. That's all garbage, and that may have been true before I came here. But if you want to clap, go ahead and clap.
So interesting story. So Lisa Ponton was here for some of the holiday. So Lisa, hi, I hope you're watching this. And she stayed with us for that week. And we talked about the funnest things. We had just a wonderful week. But one of the things that she mentioned was that back, and I don't remember exactly when it was, maybe the 1700s, 1800s, 1600s, I don't know, that the clapping was, like, there's a big story to the clapping.
Oh yeah.
To what it used to be.
Right, so, applause. So if you've ever gone to community theater and you know who you are, there's people who are like cheering and rant and raving all the time. And that is a time-honored tradition from the Middle Ages, meaning that they used to pay people to come in and clap. They would pay people to clap for the villain. They would pay people to clap for the heroine or the hero.
Okay.
And they would, and in fact, if a young singer or actor wanted to create, to build their career, they would go to specialists who would say, okay, well, for $50, I will get you 30 people who will cry during your aria.
Funny.
Oh yeah, so people are like standing up, crying, booing, hissing. I mean, the show was in the audience, not on stage.
Oh, funny.
And then in Mozart's time, they would show their appreciation with applause, obviously, but a symphony was considered a flop if they didn't applaud between the movements. Not only that, if they didn't applaud long enough or loud enough to cause them to repeat the movement.
Oh, wow.
The composer thought, oh, this is a flop.
Oh, okay.
That's the power of applause. And so that changed at the beginning of the 20th century with lighting, and a guy by the name of Wagner wanted people to focus their energies on the stage, because for the longest time, people would go to the concert not for what was going on stage, but they'd go there to gamble, they would go to socialize, they'd go there to drink, there'd even be a bordello on the side. I mean, everything was going on as well as what was going on the stage.
Okay.
And so Wagner said, no, you're going to watch the program. And so that's when they invented lowering the lights.
Oh.
And that's when he insisted on don't clap.
Oh.
And it worked because everybody was used to clapping all the time. And so when they stopped clapping, there's all this pent-up energy. Then they would just go absolutely nuts at the end of a concert. Well, that worked back then, but now it doesn't work at all. And people don't understand the idea of movements. So when you go to a symphony, there's usually maybe 3 or 4 movements. And a movement to a symphony is like chapters to a book.
But how do you know? If you're at the orchestra and you're not familiar with the piece, how would I know when to clap? How would I know when it was the movement?
Right, unless you know the piece, you look at the program, and you'll see symphony number 5, movement 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know it's like, hey, just don't applaud until the end of the symphony.
Okay.
But even that doesn't work very well, nor should it. But the thing about multi-movements, which is so out of step with today's culture, is everything you hear on the radio is about 3 minutes, and it's a song, and there's words to it, there's concrete meaning to it, and then it's done. Mm-hmm. Song stops, piece is over. And so that's why people think when the music stops, the piece must be over. Where in fact back then, movements are like chapters of a book. The book isn't over yet. Okay. You still have to figure out who killed it, who done it at the end of the mystery. So that's kind of why classical music's out of step. Plus, it's also long. I mean, our attention spans have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So you have to come to my concerts. So that not only is the brilliance of our music making, but the power of my personality to explain to you what's going on, and not be judgmental if you don't know what's going on. Because listen, I've spent 50 years of my life learning my craft. I still don't know it all.
None of us do. I've spent that too in my profession.
So if you think you're going to go to a concert hall and understand classical music after 3 concerts, no, it's going to take you 5. It's an investment of time.
But you know what makes you unique? So again, plugging, if you have not been to an orchestra concert with Tim Hankewich, and you've been to an orchestra concert anywhere else in the entire world, you still need to come to one of these at Orchestra Iowa. And I will tell you why. When I first got here, it was probably, 10 years ago that I started at the orchestra. And what Tim does is before a piece, he will turn around and face the audience, and he will tell you what the next piece is. He will tell you a little bit about what the composer was thinking about or what was going on in his life when he wrote the piece, and what you might feel or what you might hear during that piece. But you educated me so much, and just sitting at a concert was so much more meaningful to listen to it because you had that little intro at the beginning that most conductors, they don't do that at all. Yeah. And so to just get an introduction to classical music, he's the man.
It's also giving yourself permission not to like something. Just because string players are playing something and it's classical music doesn't mean it's necessarily good. I'm not going to admit exactly what, but there's a lot of stuff that out there in the standard repertoire that I hate. I don't
Really?
I don't like it. No, it's not. I understand that I understand why it's great. It just doesn't really appeal to my sensibilities. So it's okay not to like a piece, but so long as you know why you don't like it. You know, and if you've taken the time to hear it a couple times and you still don't like it, you've got permission not to like it.
Okay.
You know, but if you spend 30 minutes, 30 seconds at it, and you've only heard it once, and you make a snap judgment, no, it's not gonna. That doesn't convince me because classical music is one of these things that it's an investment. The more you put into it, the more it's gonna pay back to you, and it's that investment that keeps audiences away because that's not how our culture is designed right now.
Well, and let's talk about that. Let's expand on that because when I, pre-COVID. So let's throw COVID out the window for a minute.
Actually, hold that thought because I'm gonna put because this is getting good here. I'm gonna get my wife here.
Oh, we need to move the potatoes.
Yeah, can you